Hey guys, how you doing? I have a huge haul for you today. It's a collective haul. I didn't get all of these all at the same time, and I didn't get them all from the same place. I've been saving them to do a haul video, and I should have done a haul video sooner because I'm looking at this pile thinking to myself, do I really have 2 hours to sit here and film this? It's so many fragrances. But I just have to bite the bullet and get into it. I'm gonna start with hair perfumes. This is the only not strictly fragrance. It is fragrance, it's just meant for your hair. It's the only like different kind of different thing that I got. So this is actually from the brand Kelly McPepple, which is a UK brand. They sent me these, which I thought was so sweet. This is the Lady of Substance hair fragrance collection. They're launching it, so they're on Indiegogo. They have an Indiegogo that you can support to get these, which I'll link them below. And what I love about these is they're alcohol free, because I do spray my perfume in my hair, which I know I shouldn't. These are actually, when I sprayed them on my body, they kind of had like a dry oil feeling, and in my hair, like it didn't make my hair greasy or anything like that. So there's 5 fragrances. I smelled all of them. I have 3 favorites and the other 2 are really close to favorites. So Create, Motivate, and Elevate are my favorites. Create is my absolute favorite. This is like sweet vanilla almond and some florals, maybe orange blossom. I just think every one of my perfumes would smell so good with this. And I can't think if I've had hair perfume before. But what really shocked me was I tried these all on my skin first, and they're so strong. I did 1 spray of each, and I couldn't believe how strong they were, and they lasted a long time. So I was thinking like these bottles I would go through pretty quickly, but I really don't think I will because they're so strong. I need to keep wearing them to see how long they last, but I put them on at the end of the night when I got these, and I could still smell them when I went to bed, which must have been maybe 3 hours later. So I don't mind refreshing perfume, especially right now, like where am I going? But so they have 2 other scents that I didn't mention, Inspire and Empower, and the names are all based on a woman's journey to success. I love this brand because they're really inspired by women and they're for women, and the way they talk to women is very, I don't know, it's not condescending. It isn't like, you know what I mean? Patronizing. And so there's like a little description of all of these and each woman that they imagine wearing the fragrance, which I'm like so moved by this because I do the exact same thing. So thank you, Kelly McPepple. I will leave the link down in the description box. Go check this brand out and tell me what you think if you try these. I'm gonna get the big boxes out of the way while I can. So the next thing I got was a gift box of the original Hypnotic Poison. This bottle is from 1999. I believe Hypnotic Poison was released in 1998. And I can't believe I scored this. A friend of mine found it and linked it to me. And I love this. This has been reformulated. The new version of Hypnotic Poison, or the bottle I have, the newer one, does not smell the same. They are very similar. This one has more of a Play-Doh smell, which I thought the original Hypnotic Poison had like a Play-Doh smell anyway, but this is very prominent Play-Doh smell, and it does project better. I get great longevity out of my Hypnotic Poison, so I don't think this lasts longer than that, but it definitely is louder. I wonder like what was going on in the 90s that their perfumes could be so loud. I guess I'll keep going with the discontinued fragrances. So the next one I got is Serendipitous from Serendipity3, which I believe is a restaurant in New York. I have had this on my list of fragrances to try or get for years now. I found it like being mentioned on Fragrantica, and I added it to my list thinking, oh, I'll never have a chance to get that. And then it popped up and I bought it. And I have to admit, I'm really disappointed because the way people talk about this version of this perfume is it's so strong and it's hot chocolate and oranges and vanilla. And another friend of mine and I were discussing it, and she said it smells like vanilla that turns into Fruity Pebbles. And I completely agree with that. It's very, very vanilla, and it's very soft. It's not what I thought it would be, more like hot chocolate, like a hot chocolate packet. So I'm a little disappointed, especially since I blind bought it, but that's the risk you take when you blind buy. You know, I don't think I share that many of my blind buy fails. Maybe I ought to start because I still haven't learned my lesson. This next one, also discontinued, is mcqueen Parfum from Alexander McQueen. I really bought this for the bottle and tuberose. I have never smelled it. I think a friend of mine loves this fragrance, so I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe she would take it if I didn't want it. But I jumped on it because I saw it had a really great price. And then I started to question my thought process because the reviews on Fragrantica all said like tropical tuberose, and I don't like tropical tuberose all that much. It really depends. Tropical scents in general are just not my thing, but this does not smell tropical to me. This smells like a very dry, waxy tuberose. It's not sweet. It's almost flat smelling. I don't know if I'm really using the right words, but it's kind of got like a lipsticky vibe to it, or wax, I guess. Yeah, like a waxiness. And I think it smells great for fall and winter. I think that that's like exactly what I smell. Or maybe it's because the bottle's black and gold. I don't know. I've got like a whole black gold theme going on up there. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm really glad I blind bought it. So this would be a success. So I'm 50-50 at the moment. I think this is my last discontinued fragrance. It was not a blind buy, however, but I did have this on my want list for years, thanks to Fragrantica. I did a swap when I first joined Fragrantica, and the person I was swapping with sent me a sample of this. This is Perry Ellis Black Vanilla Absolute, and I loved it. And you know, back then I hadn't smelled as many fragrances as I've smelled now. I lost the sample somewhere, but a friend and I were swapping, and she offered this to me in exchange for something that I had. And so I said, okay, I'm pretty sure I still like it. And I do. This smells so good. This is like very unisex in my opinion. It's definitely sweet vanilla. Oh, but there's something really strong about it. I don't mean like performance strong. I mean, it feels very confident and very like chest out, like shoulders back. And I love the bottle. I'm so glad I have this. This feels like one of the most complete vanilla fragrances that I own. And by that, I mean, when you have a vanilla dominant fragrance, or when I have one, I always feel like I need to put something else on top of it, or I need to layer, because now vanilla feels like a single note. Like I can't just have vanilla. This feels like a full fragrance. So I'm super glad to have this, because sometimes I do just want a vanilla, and this I think will satisfy that. The friend that I swapped with for the Perry Ellis Black Vanilla Absolute also swapped Guerlain's Joyous Tuberose. and I am so happy to have this. First of all, I love the presentation. I love boxes like this, although I would run out of room very quickly if all of my perfumes looked like that. But the bottle is just so beautiful, and it's just a partial, which I'm happy, because I think if I had a full bottle, I would never want to touch it. I'd never want to make a visible dent. But since it's already halfway gone, I don't feel bad using it. This is a bright summer tuberose. It's green, bright. It's very happy. It is perfectly joyous tuberose. And this was also a blind swap. I didn't really mind because what I was swapping, I can't even remember what I swapped now, but what I was swapping I clearly didn't like love enough to keep, so I never really mind blind swapping if it has the right notes. But yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get to use this as much over the summer. Now I'm in cooler weather, but I will have it for next summer. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that Fragranza is a brand I love, and I was wearing their fragrance based on Armani's Rouge Malachite Rame Rosso for, I don't know, a year now probably. I think it's been about a year, and I love that fragrance. It smells so good. But I was really interested in trying the Rouge Malachite just to see how close they were. And I didn't want to shell out for a full bottle because that's crazy. And I could have gotten a sample, but I found a little travel set for a really good price, so I bought it. I also really like travel sprays. I should do a video on all of my travel sprays. That would be, why have I never thought of that? But it's really cute. It has this kind of like, I don't know, it looks like stone, like a marble almost, but it's definitely plastic. And then it has 3 travel refills. And honestly, Rame Rosso smells just like it, so I'm glad I didn't buy the full bottle. But I do love having this because the Fragranza bottle is too big for my purse, although I'm not really going anywhere. But when I do, I will have this to take with me. While we're on the subject of Fragranza, I have 2 fragrances from them. I have Melipona, which I got months ago, and I sprayed it. It was on one of the first warm days, I think, and I instantly was like, nope, not yet, because it was so strong and so sweet that even I was like, I can't do it. This to me smells like, if you think of like Flower Bomb and Black Opium and Livia Belle and just all of those really rich, deep, Giorgio Armani C, those sweet patchouli. If you think about those as like high schoolers, Melipona is like the coolest girl. She's like the most popular. This is the queen of all of those sweet patchouli fragrances. And like I said, it's incredibly strong. I still can't believe how strong it is. I almost want to warn you that if you don't like really strong fragrances, just stay away because it is so strong. But if you do like strong fragrances, here you go. This is the queen of them all. I am so excited it's finally cooling down so that I can wear this. I've had it sitting on my bedside table for weeks now, just like ready to go. I cannot wait. And they just sent me this one. This is new. It's called Velvet Peach. And I don't like peach as a note in fragrance. In fact, a lot of times peach makes me hate a fragrance. So when I got this, I was like, what am I going to think about this? Like, I didn't even really want to smell it because I was like, I'm going to hate it. And then what am I going to do with it? But I don't hate it because it smells like a real peach. I don't know why every other peach fragrance I've smelled, I've hated. I've like, it disgusts me. Peach ruins fragrances for me. And I mean, I have a bad feeling towards peach as a note because of it. I'm like, ugh, peach, get out of here. Nobody wants you. Although that's not true. But this smells like like a juicy peach. It's not like, it's not like biting into a peach. It's kind of, there's like some spices in there. It's almost like a peach pie. I want to say a peach candle, but it doesn't smell waxy like a candle. Yeah, I guess peach pie or like a peach pastry, because there's some like, I want to say cinnamon. I don't know if it's cinnamon, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, like a spicier peach. It isn't spicy though. I don't know what I'm saying. But I can't believe I have a peach fragrance that I like. I can't believe it. I'm excited to try this. I don't know about longevity because I just got it, but I will make sure to, I don't know, respond if you ask in the comments. I'll make sure that I'm able to tell you how long it lasted and whether it projected or not. This fragrance is also discontinued. It is from Solenotes. It is called Tonka. This, I think, was a fragrance you could get at Target, but I haven't been inside a store in 6 months, so I don't know. I bought this pre-loved, and I bought it blind, but it was really cheap, and it smells amazing. Oh my God, it smells so good. It's like a little boozy, a little powdery, sweet, soft. I love it. I believe this brand was created to be layered, but I don't think I would need to layer this. This is like the perfect like chill day fragrance. Although it would be really great layered with something else, maybe something a little boozier or spicy. I'm gonna have to give that a shot. But I really, for the price, this is an incredible deal. I highly recommend it. This one is Valentino Donna Aqua. It's just a 1 ounce bottle. I have a 3.4 ounce bottle, but I used up my 1 ounce bottle and I loved it so much for when I left the house. It is definitely a fragrance that needs to be refreshed. And so it was nice to have that 1 ounce bottle, and it was so cute, but I used it all up, so I wanted a new one. So it is unwrapped because this is more of a springtime fragrance. So I will not be opening it until then, or until we get to leave our house. God, I hope that is not after spring next year. So this one is Boucheron Place Vendôme. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but this is a super honeyed white floral. It is right up my alley. I like it because the honey is a lot more fresh and bright than in, say, Scandal. Scandal is like deep and thick and syrupy, and this one feels more like sunny, springtime, happy. I feel like this is a really good transitional fragrance, so like spring into summer and then summer into fall. I didn't wear it this summer, I just got it, but oh yeah, like it feels like it could work either way. I think the white floral makes it kind of springy and the honey makes it kind of fall. But this to me feels like the kind of fragrance that you can just throw on no matter what you're doing, and it smells really great. I couldn't remember if I had talked about this fragrance in an old haul video, and instead of just looking, I thought, I'll just do it with this. This is Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle. Oh my God, I almost forgot what it's called. I got this before summer, I think, because Claire from Smurfy Girly was raving about it. She went through a 1 ounce bottle in like weeks. And I tried it, and let me tell you, it was too much. I couldn't handle it in the summertime. This is pear, vetiver, and I don't remember, tuberose? I don't remember what it is. But now it's incredible. I love it. My husband actually really loves it. I have barely touched it because, I don't know, I kind of wanted to save it for like the cooler days, like the 40s and 50s versus the 60s, sometimes touching 70s. but I think it's because of the vetiver. I think for some reason that vetiver feels very heavy in this, and it definitely feels like a cold weather fragrance. The next one I got is also from Jean Paul Gaultier. It's So Scandal. This one just came out this year, I think, and ooh, I was hunting some bottles on the secondhand market, but I managed to get one from FragranceNet for a better price than the secondhand market. And I love the note breakdown on this. However, it does not smell the way I expected. I expected something much closer to the original Scandal and like Scandal by Night. And this is quite the departure. There are some comparisons to Givenchy's L'Interdit, like the newer release. And I kind of get that. But this is fruitier and a little less polished. This is a little more like playful and fun. It definitely smells very put together, but I think hopefully it's not just the cap talking. I feel like the girl who wears this is very put together but knows how to let her hair down, where L'Interdit to me smells a little more like this is how I always am. This is one that I actually sampled before I bought it. This is from Maison Lancôme. It is called Iris Draguez. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh my God, when I first smelled this, it smelled like fried dough, like powdered sugar, warm fried dough. I don't know if I still stand by that. Maybe I was just really missing fair food at that point. It does smell really good. This is just a really sweet, soft, edible iris, I guess. It doesn't smell like cosmetic powder. It's very much, let me spray it. It's very much it's a gourmand to me. Oh my God, yeah, it totally smells like fried dough to me. Oh my God, and I just want to smell like fried dough with powdered sugar on me. I love this. I've been hunting for this for, I don't know, years now, and I have so many other from the Maison Lancôme line. And I really wanted this one because I knew I would love it. I love all of the others from the line. And a friend of mine luckily was so sweet and generous and gave me like a 5 ml sample. At that point, it's a decant. And it was love at first sniff, and I'm so glad I have it now. This bottle that I got is actually a backup of a bottle that I don't think I've talked about yet on this channel. This is from Nina Ricci. This is L'Extaze Rose Absolu, and I love this fragrance. I didn't need a backup. I just wanted one. My husband loves this fragrance. This is pink and black pepper, rose, and wood. And I think like the rose wood combo is like overdone or done a lot. But this is actually, the perfumer was Francis Kirkjohn, and a lot of people make connections between this and Oud Satin Mood, which I've never smelled, so I can't tell you if that's true or not. But this was like $30 or something like that, and it smells way more expensive than that. And it's such an elegant fragrance. It smells like the kind of fragrance that I would wear to like a black tie event. Like get super dressed up and put this on because this is the fanciest thing for an evening like that. The fanciest thing that I own. It really does smell so elegant. I obviously don't wear it to that kind of event. I don't go to events like that. But I do love wearing it in the fall and winter, because it just smells so good. And like I said, my husband loves it. I think if you like pink pepper and you like rose, even if you're not a huge fan of woody scents, I think this it's not overwhelmingly woody, and I really think you would like it. I don't know if this will come as a surprise to you, but I blind bought this. This is Prada La Femme Intense. I have the EDP and the Absolu, and I really like them, so I thought, why not get their sister Intense? And I am very surprised by this. This fragrance is tuberose, but like an animalic tuberose, like a little bit of pea tuberose. And it surprises me because the EDP smells so clean. I literally just see a woman wearing white and she is pristine, like, I mean, just primed and primed to perfection. She is clean. And the Absolute was like softer. It wasn't what I expected, honestly. I thought Absolute would be like a heavy, thick nighttime fragrance, and it really wasn't. This, however, is thick and heavy and a nighttime fragrance. I don't love animalic tuberoses typically, but I really like this one. I could see myself wearing it even with the slight pea note. I think this smells really sexy, and I highly recommend it if you love animalics or you love tuberose. I also blind bought this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Have I ever lied about that? I don't think so. This is from Boucheron. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's à la folie, and the notes in this are champagne, rose, raspberry, and caramel. And I thought this would be a thicker, sweeter fragrance, but the champagne is very evident in this. This is like super bright and sparkly and fruity. I could see like a young girl wearing this for her first fragrance, but I think it also makes a really nice spring and summer fragrance. It's just very light and playful and easygoing, and it does smell very juicy. I didn't like this at first. I think my expectations were caramel. Like, I really thought I would get a lot of caramel, and it's really just a lot of raspberry. I would like to drink a drink that tastes like this smells. But it's really grown on me since I got it. I mean, I've made like a little bit of a dent in it, and I haven't had it all that long, but it's been really good in the heat, and I get okay longevity out of it, and it's got a nice sillage in the beginning, dies down pretty quickly, but it's cheap enough that that doesn't really matter to me. We did it. This is my last fragrance in this haul. I can't believe we've come so far. Thank you for still being here with me. This is also from Lancome. It is Livia Belle Intensement. This I just blind bought because I love Livia Belle, and I really haven't smelled a Livia Belle that I didn't love. And this one looked very different from the usual Livia Belle flanker. It has like a lot of raspberry and vanilla in it, and it does. The reviews were really mixed on Fragrantica. A lot of them said that it didn't resemble Livia Belle at all. I disagree. It doesn't smell like the original Livia Belle, where it's like overwhelmingly sweet, but it definitely has that iris in it. And I can't remember. I've been like racking my brain trying to figure out which one it smells like, but there is a Livia Belle flanker that reminds me of this. I just don't know which one. It might be the Absolute, that has kind of like a lipsticky, waxy iris versus like that really heavy, sweet patchouli that overwhelms it. The raspberry is prominent in this, lots of juicy raspberry. The raspberry doesn't really stick around for as long as the fragrance does, which makes sense because it's like a fruity note. But the vanilla is very prominent. And this doesn't smell as juicy as you would think with that raspberry note. It's still kind of dry, I guess. That's the opposite of juicy, right? But it does smell really full. It's like kind of like a wine, I guess. It doesn't smell boozy, but like wine can be fruity and dry at the same time. That's kind of the vibe I get from this as well. I think this is a really nice year-round fragrance. The fruitiness, I think, makes it work in the spring and summer, but that iris will make it work in the fall and winter. And I honestly adore the bottle. This has to be my favorite Livia Belle bottle that I own. I just love like the little red ascot and this kind of orangey juice. So cute. That's all I've got today for my haul. Thank God it's over. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. I wish I had a little medal to hang around your neck because we all finished this marathon together. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on the fragrances that I got, and I'd love to hear in the comments below the new fragrances that you've added to your collection. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.